Hello beautiful Cancerians and welcome to Avalon. We're going to do you an energy reading today, looking for the best possible ways to have for you to handle whatever energies are coming at you. And here we've got the Four of Cups, and this is where you've taken some time out. Taken some time out to look at what's been going on and what's been happening to you. And really, sit quietly under that tree and assess the situation. And I think now you've got to a point where you've realised the truth in what's going on. And all you've got to do is lift your head and just see what's coming towards you. Because without the negativity and the disappointment coming at you, you can look up and receive, and you can receive the blessings of the universe. You can get your life back now. I think whatever you've been through, it's time to put it down. Just notice, please notice how much good you can continue to do. And that's the advice. The advice is to carry on with joy in your heart. Follow your intuition, follow what you're being divinely guided to do, and you're being gifted it. So this is a huge blessing and a gift coming in for you. Just please notice it. And then we've got the Ace of Cups, and I do believe that's meant to be in the upright. We'll just have a little douse over it. Ace of Cups, is this meant to be in the upright? Yeah, there we go. So here you are. This is brand new love coming in. A brand new way of giving and receiving love and feeling that love from the universe. This is self-love. This is, let your cup runneth over. I think whatever had put you into this state of apathy and knocked you for six, it's done. You can see here, the cup's being handed to you. Here you are, receive it. Again, this advice of receive whatever you're being gifted now. And sometimes if we've been through a bad time and we've beaten it and we've risen above it and we've acted with absolute integrity, the universe will gift us a blessing. And I feel like this is your blessing coming in now. And seeing the blessing. Yeah. And there you are. It was all around secrets and lies. Somebody had been putting you into an illusion. And, they're trying to be sneaking away, I think. But you've had to act in a strategic fashion, and I think you have. You've handled it really, really well, and that's why the blessing's coming in. And look, just over in my hand here is flipped judgment. So the universe has judged you favourably. This is absolutely brilliant news, because this means that, you're getting a fresh new start. It's a new phase that comes in, and it's coming in through your own awakening and your own self-awareness. It's like a rebirth where you've self-evaluated, and this card speaks of self-evaluation as well, the judgment card, and the lessons from the past. They can really bring about powerful transformation in your life. I think you'll be a lot more of a strategic person now. I don't think you'll be so open to letting people come in, particularly people who don't have your best interests at heart, who have tried to lie to you or trick you. You're going to see through them. Maybe this is your gift from God, is to have this, or the universe, source, whatever. This will be your gift, is to really, really not allow anybody to come and try and swindle you again. Because they did knock you down, but you have grown so much through this situation. And I've got two cards jumping out at me here. Yeah, there's the Hierophant and the Queen of Swords. So you're putting structures into your life now. You're in a much more stable, structured place. And it's because you've done this deep introspection. And you're now more able to use your intuition. We can use our intuition when we are at peace with ourselves, when we've got joy in our hearts. It's much easier to look through and see the truth in situations, and really fact find. When we're in trauma and we're in loss, apathy, this feeling of despair, it can be really, really hard to see the truth. But I feel like, this gift you've had is the opening of the third eye, so that you can see through lies and illusions now. And I think you've had a lot of support here. You've been judged here, perhaps in an institution, you know, and you've been judged favourably. And it's because you became self-aware. You're more able to use your intuition and see through what was going on. Perhaps you presented it. You presented the illusions and the truth was seen. And that's a really wonderful thing, because all you were doing was chasing your 10 of Cups, your happy, peaceful home. Is this card meant to be in the upright? Is this card meant to be in the reverse? Yeah, I think whatever came at you, it was destroying your peace and your happiness. This is where we have complete contentment, not just within ourselves, within the people, our homes, our community, our family. These lies and these illusions that came at you, they put you into apathy, and they destroyed your peaceful, happy home and life. But I do feel that you have been judged favourably now, and the truth in the matter has been seen, and been seen by those in authority, those in institutions such as, it might be through a church, through an education centre, through a university, through a court system. You've been judged favourably here because the truth has come out. And people have seen you swindled. They've seen that there were lies told to you. They've seen how it destroyed your happiness and your inner peace. And I love that. I love that, you know, when we have that level of clarity, yeah, look here, they absolutely destroyed you. They came at you, and I'd say quite cleverly. They came at you, and it brought you to absolute fatigue, absolutely place of brokenness. And if this isn't happening to you, if you haven't been completely broken, the people who told the lies, their happiness is now being taken away from them. Yeah? And they're being brought to their absolute fatigue and exhaustion. Can you imagine if somebody had told a load of lies to you and you'd believe them and acted upon them? Or they'd told you a load of lies and it had put you into a really, really awful position. Well, imagine what happens when the truth about that comes out. Yeah? When the truth comes out, it comes out in a place of authority. The person who told those lies could be losing their home. They could be losing, well, I'd say their mental health. They're certainly now on their last legs broken. You know, they're the ones with the fatigue now. They're the ones absolutely drained, absolutely exhausted. Because whatever they tried to put you through, it didn't work out for them. And you know, the universe has a way of always bringing the truth to light, of always being in the highest alignment of integrity. And it might take years sometimes. I think in the last reading we talked, it was either a 7 or 10 year cycle this nonsense had gone on. And suddenly the person who has attacked you and destroyed your happiness and your peace, they're having theirs destroyed now. And they are absolutely, absolutely down and out. And I get the feeling they can't quite believe what happened to them. They can't believe that the truth came out, but of course the truth was going to come out. The universe wouldn't have had it any other way. Sometimes these cycles can take a long time though. So the cards we've got here is, I just want to check, were they up this way? Are these cards meant to be up this way? Yes, they were. So it's the Knight of Cups. Again, we're talking about this person. You know, there's no cup of love coming for them. None whatsoever. Yeah? The world, it is the end of. It is the end of. This person now will not be able to play any more games in your energy fields. Their inconsistency. This card very much speaks of inconsistency. An indulgency in a fantasy. They had a fantasy. They had these lies and illusions. This is more about fantasy and indulging in that fantasy. It's a real escapism. They might have had dreams, but they were not, it had no foundation. They were not grounded. And I feel like they've retreated now because their fear of rejection is so much. They've disappeared. And here we've got the world. That is the end of it. That is the end of it. So, This is about them holding on too tightly. The advice in this card, I feel very much, is to let go and relax now. You can let go. You've been holding on so tightly through this process of getting the truth out and getting it out in the right places, you know, with authorities who can actually do something about it. So with the Four of Pentacles, yeah, you can relax a bit, you can let go. It's also about, you know, finances, very much. The cautions to be careful with your finances. And I think perhaps that's what's happened here. The lesson in this is very much encouraging mindful, resourceful management. It also warns against, you know, emotional rigidity. It's kind of like saying security is a wise thing, but when you're grasping at it, I think this person has been grasping at it. I think, yeah, they've been trying to get money out of you, or not repaying a loan, or not, and they've been conning you with these lies and this trick and these flights of fantasy, and they've been in some weird illusion, but the truth's come out. You've been given the gift of sight, or the institution that whatever, the authorities have seen the truth in the matter. This person is losing their home. They're just absolutely fatigued here. And I think the flights of fantasies have been seen, and it's if you've been believing lies and dreams and hopes and wishes, and there's no grounding and there's no common sense in it, well, it's going to be a huge wake-up call, isn't it? But yeah, I think you have had a long process to get this through, to get the authorities to believe you. And it has been about money. It has been about, yeah, somebody's greed. And it's led them to burnout, loss of home, and having to step into the reality and stop spinning these flights of fantasies. But it's the end of it. They won't be able to do it anymore. They are so fatigued. It's going to stop now. And yes, you and I'm hoping this card says it's come to an end. You get to keep your money. You get to keep what's rightfully yours here and hang on to it. I don't think you'll ever be tricked again. But phew, that it's over for you. Phew, that the truth came in. The cup of love came in. Any final cards now for our Cancerians who can actually relax if they want a bit? This could be a card of relaxing. You can let go of that grip. So the King of Wands, is this meant to be in reverse or upright? It just kind of flipped funny. Yeah, we want the King of Wands in reverse here. Yeah, it's talking about this person. They just have this crazy, ego-driven ambition, thinking they could take from everybody. They could present their fantasies, their dreams, their hopes, their wishes, and con everybody out of it. And they're losing their home. And they're too exhausted to fight back. They won't again, you know. Again, this warns of, you know, emotional rigidity, and we've got here as well an avoidance of the emotional depth. They didn't have an emotional depth, I don't feel. I don't feel they were judged. They were just broken when the truth came out, and then had nowhere to run. And it was seen they were playing on your emotions and feelings, only as soon as you turned around, they were just laughing at you, I think, because they didn't have that emotional depth. And there was this fear of them failing because they knew what they'd done wrong. And they hid it behind big ego and a big fabulousness, and it was really easy to fall for. It could have even been emotional abuse, like tears and crying and, oh, please help me, I'm a poor victim. Well, they weren't. And the world can see it now. Look, I've got the Tower moment on the back. Anything built on false foundations has collapsed. But I think it's their collapse. I don't think it's yours. I think you've been gifted insight. And I think the authorities have seen the truth as well. And it was hard on you. I don't think that this was easy. I think you've been really played up here. I think you acted in the end. You learned to be a more strategic person, you know, not share everything. I think this person was oversharing, but they were oversharing things that weren't real. And you got caught up a bit in the dreams and the hopes and the fantasies. And yes, here you are. I'm hoping that now, with this done, we get the Ten of Pentacles. You get your treasure chest back. Is this meant to be in the upright? Yes, you're getting your is our lovely Cancerians getting their treasure chest back. And the person who opposed them and lied to them, how are they doing? They're not doing so well. That's a big old no. They're getting nothing. Yeah? Are they going to lose their family home? Are they? Yes, they are going to lose their home. Are they absolutely exhausted and wounded? Yeah. They came at you with all their might and you stood ground with integrity. You had the higher ground. Look, and there's all the emotions all over the place. They've played on all your emotions. You know, they've tried every trick from tears to force. I would even say witchcraft in here. You know, they've probably put potions in your tea, or they've sat at home with a fire pit chanting spells, and they've done every last little thing they've done to win. None of it was grounded. I mean, this card calls for a need for grounding for people who are completely emotionally all over the place. But I think they've put you through this. But I think now you get to heal. And look, there's the Lover's card. I think from this day forth, you will take all your choices and decisions from your heart and never let anybody influence you again. Even the damsels in distress batting their eyelashes with tears are not going to touch you. You're having this massive emotional breakthrough. You've got your money back. Whew, the relief, such a sense of relief. And from this day forth, you will look after your finances. No more going off playing the martyr, you know, helping the damsel in distress. And she was never in distress in the first place. I think you're wiser and I think you're a freer person now. I feel a lot of freedom in this reading for you. Anything else? And I want to say congratulations. Whoa, you've been through it. But I do feel that it's over. I feel like you've just been through court and it's over. And then I've got the Page of Swords in reverse. And I'm thinking about this person who put you through all of this. And, you know, the Page of Swords in reverse. They've used gossip. And they've put you into anxiety. They've been very defensive, and we see that in this card here as well. Very defensive. But they had all of this scattered energy. And this card calls for a need for direction for the scattered energy. And so does this card. You know, and I think it just put you into that state where your mind reacts. And you needed this reflection time. You know, if you hear something, you should reflect upon it before you react. Find the right path to take. And here you have done it at last. This has been very confusing for you. You've been put, well, yeah, you've had your emotions abused. This person's still all over the place with this, so I think that very much that they are still stuck in this as they go through the losses that will occur. And of course, a big part of it is about karma, and karma being the things that we do affecting the outcomes in the future. And the importance of making sure every step we take now is with integrity and honesty and in alignment with, you know, the highest and best good at all. Because then the things that happen in the future, they'll be lovely, they'll be great, they'll be easy. Yeah? And I think somebody set something up well in the past for you. Or for themselves, and now they're just working through the karma of that, and it's not going to be nice for them, and it's not going to be pretty. But there's the Nine of Pentacles coming in from you. It's being restored. Yeah, this is slow moving, grounded, practical, common sense. Yeah, it's what the whole thing's been called for, and I think you're going to have that from this day forth. I really do. You're going to make slow, stable, safe investments in the future. not based on emotions, not based on anything. And then our person, I'm splitting these up, our person are going to say, well, they don't want to let go of all that they had and their little game. Devastated that their game is over and the truth has come out. Well done, you. Move forward. I want to wish you the best holiday season because I think you've earned it. I think you really have, but I think you're getting your rewards. And this treasure chest, which is you getting to keep your money, you're going to invest it steadily and in a grounded fashion in the future. You're not going to be tricked by that anymore. Just make sure you keep your emotions steady now. Perhaps some healing work around it. Perhaps talking to a counsellor, because I've got a feeling you can't quite believe what you were put through. You can't kind of believe that you got the truth out as well. It's such a relief. And with that, I would like to say that these readings may not resonate with everybody. They're general readings. Please do like, share and subscribe for more videos in the future. Thank you.